Welcome back, everyone. While Congress tries to hammer out the details on health care reform, our next guest says he may have the key to solving some of the major differences.
Joining us right now is Dr. Ken Thorpe, former Deputy Assistant Health and Human Services Secretary. Ken crunched the numbers for President Clinton's health care plan in the early 90s. Well, Doctor, for one, President Clinton had his plan done, mostly by the First Lady. That's a major difference. What else? What would you say is an additional key that President Barack Obama could benefit from?
Well, I think that flexibility. If you look back 16 years ago, we were in a situation where we had very specific goals in terms of universal coverage or bust, and obviously the plan went bust. So I think the president needs to lay out his key agenda items, which is reforming the insurance market, controlling the growth in health care spending, and putting us on the path to universal coverage. So I think flexibility is really important in this debate because nobody's going to get their first choice.
What about coming clean about how much it's going to cost?
Well, that's critical. I think we have to be transparent in this. The president has said that he's looking to have a bill that over the next 10 years, using scoring from the Congressional Budget Office, that would cost about $900 billion. And obviously there's a lot of debate about how to raise that funding. So he's put a stake in the ground in terms of his expectation about the size of what this is going to cost.
Universal coverage, that's the term that you think the president should put in his plan. What makes you think the president feels as though that's politically viable?
Well, I think that really there is a lot of agreement politically to move us on the path towards universal coverage. I think there's some disagreements about whether we should require people initially to have coverage or to put in some more soft triggers to do it. But I think that all agree that we've got to find some way to make health care coverage more affordable to low and moderate income families in this country to make sure that they do get access to health care. So the financing is really the big area of disagreement, but I think that there's a lot of agreement about expanding the number of Americans who have health insurance.
Yeah, but not with a government-run option. I wouldn't say that the majority of the company is on board with that.
Well, that's another one of these tactical issues about disagreement. The proposal as it stands would rely on private health insurance to expand coverage, at least the proposal that's coming out of the Senate. Whether or not there's a not-for-profit co-op available, again, just in the insurance exchange, which is a very limited number of people buying coverage through that exchange, maybe 25 million people.
Got you, Dr.
But for the most part, for better or for worse, is private health insurance.
All right, Dr. Thorpe, thanks.